Welcome to and I'll just get my breath and get with it. Welcome to today's Hooray It's Thursday Live with Courtney. I'm a Stampin' Up! Demonstrator from Australia. I'm just letting everybody catch up. A few of my regular girls know that I'm going live, so they'll be here in a second, if not a few minutes. And yeah, we'll just sort of see how we are going. Hope that you're all got into the new year and everything's good, and you're you've all been having it's a good start to the new year's, probably a good way of putting it, so that way yeah, just to make sure. I hope you all are. It's one of those things, isn't it? So I'd be interested to know, just out of curiosity, does everybody have their captions up? Hi Chris, good to see you. Everyone have their captions up. I think I've streamed it so that captions come automatically, and I haven't actually gone back and looked to see what they say about me. So I've got a few people on live now. So hello, say hi in the chat. Look forward to seeing who's there. I think Lisa might be around, maybe Lowell. And I know Chris is there, so it's good to see you all. So we're started on Celebration. There's a few things happening in the Stampin' Up! World. Celebration is the biggest one, and I thought I had one of the little catalogues here to show you. I did. This little one here. All right. Hi Lisa, how you going? So this little catalogue here, it's got all the good stuff in it at the moment. So Stampin' Up! Have got their special on. They only do it in January and February each year. And there is specials for if you purchase from Stampin' Up! So if you spend $90 or greater, $90 for increments of that, there's free stamps, there's free ribbon, free embellishments like little gems and stuff like that you can get to complement with your stamps, or actually go with some of the stamps in the catalogue. You'll notice that I've popped a little QR code. Where is it? Oh, in the box. You can take that, will take you directly to the online store, and what it's going to show you, what we're playing with today is you'll find on page 18 of the catalogue, if you've got a catalogue in your hand. If you don't have a catalogue and you'd like me to send you one, please pop a note. You can either message me or you can just, oh, where'd I go? What do you mean you lost me? Hi Tracy, how you going? You can pop a note into the comments box, or you can private message me and I will send you a catalogue if you need one. People are coming and going, so I think there might be some internet issues happening. So I've just noticed the numbers drop, increase, so I'm sure they'll be back. All right, so there is that link up there. I'm frozen. Okay, am I frozen for anybody else? Hope not. What about if I swap cameras? Okay, can you all see me? And can someone hey Cheryl, if you're around, can you message Chris, or Lisa, can you message Chris and tell her to refresh the page? Because it potentially is her. All right. Oh, I think she might be back. Okay, so we're going to look at the Thoughtful Moments hybrid embossing folder. I put out some of the Light and Airy Designer Series paper as well. This here is the embossing folder. I put my Misty Moonlight under it so you could hopefully see it. Now, it is a hybrid embossing folder, so it does have a set of dies that go with it. And I also pulled out my brayer. So these are on the page 18 of the catalogue. Okay, so if you were to purchase the brayer and the embossing folder together, you would be eligible for a free item out of the Stampin' Up! Celebration items. You could also pop it as part of a kit. You could also pop it as part of a kit. Look, isn't it? I think I showed it to you last week. And then when you turn them over, they've got pretty designs on the back. I'm trying to stop it from going too fuzzy. And then this one that we're actually going to use has got this design on the back. Okay, so thanks to that, Tracy. One of the girls has messaged us. Okay, so this hybrid embossing folder, I'm not sure if we've had a few of them before. It's not something that I use all the time, but I do love them. It also has, you'll notice it's also got some leaves, some flowers, some stars, hearts, a couple of little rainbows. You know how people are loving these little rainbows at the moment? These little ones here, they're really, really tiny. I'm not sure. Hopefully that stays in. What I don't even know, I can't even think of my words. Hopefully it stays so it's not fuzzy. They are, if you want to make gift tags, you can put those at the top and it's like a little hole. They also can be little clouds for rainbow. Okay, so it just depends on what you want to do with them. But the hybrid embossing folder is actually this great big one, and I haven't taken it out before. Please excuse my dogs. Obviously, there's a noise somewhere. I am expecting my husband home. If you find these are difficult to get out, you can use your embossing buddy on a bit of the tape because it's double-sided tape and it's sticky. It's double-sided tape and you can actually touch it a bit and it won't be as sticky. The other thing you can do is wipe it on your jeans. Right? It'll go blue if you wipe it on your jeans. So this embossing folder will go in here and it's sort of, I don't know what the right word is for. It's got a place to sit so that it doesn't move, right? And until it stops and doesn't move, it's sitting. It's got an exact place to sit. Then you can actually close it up with your piece of paper in there, and you can cut all of those sentiments out. So, if you haven't got one, can I suggest in the catalogue in the online store, you can actually buy. I use mine for my chamois, but you can actually buy the stamp cases. They make great little holders for the pens, the markers, but they also make great little holders for extra bits and bobs that you've already cut out. You can pop them in there, and then they stay safe so you can use them for the your next creative pursuit. So what we're going to do, let's get a few things happening here. First things first, move that to the side because I don't want sweating on it. This is Misty Moonlight, this cardstock. I know some screens will show it as a bit more blue. I was toying between this and Boho Blue as to what to use because they're the two different blue colours in here. It's also got Lost Lagoon in there. There's some Fresh Freesia. There's also Coral. There's also some Daffodil Delights. So there's quite a lot of colour in there. This paper is so pretty that you really don't want to hide too much of it. You don't, well, you can if you want, but it's such a pretty paper. So there's so many different things that you can do with it, but you could just stick a sentiment on it. So I thought, oh, that's what I'm going to do. But then I thought, oh, that's pretty boring. Do I really just want to stick a sentiment on it, which is why I've pulled out the hybrid embossing folder. So there's a couple of things you can do with this. You can just shove it through the cardstock, cut it out, and we're sweet. No problem. But if you've got your brayer, there's a few other things that you can do. So what I've got, and this, I haven't actually practiced this, okay, so we're winging it, right? You know, because I don't normally do that. Like, yes, I do. I'm going to use Misty Moonlight. Okay, I brought Garden Green over. I want to do something else with that. But there's a couple of ways to use your brayer. Now, you can roll your brayer along your ink pad. You may get a few lines and it's not overly exciting. You can stamp your ink pad onto here, this is the glass mat. If you join it at the moment, this is actually part of the joining kit. But I strongly advise that this is fabulous. And This is one of the places where it works beautifully. You may have noticed I've written some things up here. They'll be fuzzy on your screen. However, I can read them. I've written out what page I was on. I've written what I'm using, that sort of stuff. I've written them in permanent marker. Now, they come off the chamois. So next week, they'll have different things written on there. Whiteboard marker feels a little bit, but it does work. But I've just used a permanent marker Sharpie, and it just wipes off. So not with my finger, but it does with the chamois. Trust me. So a couple of things that you can do. So we have re-inkers for our ink pads. I created these. One of the other girls, Kelly Kent from WA, had done it previously, and she hasn't done the latest ones. So I did one of these for myself. I can do. This is essentially a video case. Okay, we used to stock them. We don't anymore because we used to have wooden stamp sets. But if you can get your hot little hands on some video cases, I can put my ink pads in these. Okay, so I'm pulling out refills in these. So I'm pulling out my Misty Moonlight, and I keep them in families. And I'm just going to put a little bit of ink on here, and I'll spread it around. Okay, so Janet Wakeland, who is a demonstrator in the States, has done a fabulous video, and what she's done is she's shown us hundreds of different ways to use the brayer. Okay, roll your bugger, roll. And it just gives you more a smooth. I put it in nothing. Gives you a smoother roll, roll, roll. It gives you a smoother image when you roll it over stuff. Now, I'm hoping it works because I only rolled over one piece of paper. Okay, but essentially it's just going on. I think it's just going on the bits I want. All right. Probably should have tried it first. Let's see what we get. Okay, so we're going to put our, I think I'm going to get a great big glob just there. I only cut one piece of cardstock. That's a bit of a worry. Put that where it needs to be. That's actually not ink. That is a piece of something. Okay. So this one needs, now because it's a 3D embossing folder, it's going to need your grey mat. Okay. Emboss machine, I'll just grab mine. Now, only needs the flat bottom one. And I'll try not to put my feet in that ink that's over there. I know what Janet was doing. She was standing up, and I'm not standing up. So make sure you pop it in with your seam first. I'm just going to huff on it because I think it might be dry. I need to put my ink on, my paper in there. I haven't done that yet. Oh my gosh. Lisa, stop laughing. I don't know if it's going to work, you know. Puff it. Paper. Close it. Pop it in there and cross everything. Because by rights, I knew you were laughing at me. By rights, and squeeze like nothing. I should have stood up. And you need muscle. And she's done. Well, you never know. We might be lucky. But I knew she'd be laughing. Oh, it looks a bit not so much crash off. All right, I think that we could have a better go at that. But you end up with all of these sentiments. Oh, that's not very exciting, is it? Why I'm saying they're not very exciting is they're a bit blotchy. I wonder if that should have been cleaned first. Let's try. If I don't have another piece of paper, yes, I do. I can make do. All right, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just push all them off there. The one I really want, I actually want to send a with sympathy card. Okay, so I'm going to go back and I'm going to clean it. It just washes off in water. Okay. And I'm just going to give my brayer a bit of a wipe and see if it's got some, you know, new, like I'm new and I haven't been used before thing on it. And I'm going to stand up. Yeah. So there's no excuse now. Stand up, do that. And I'm just going to use that little piece because I can. Okay. Oh, standing up is good. And it's a bit blotchy on the brayer, so we'll add a bit more ink. Okay. So I'm actually pressing quite firmly. Press firmly on the brayer to make it work. So it's even. Okay. Roll gently over here, over my words with the ink. I have a sneaking suspicion that standing up is going to be the winner. Pop my knife essentially in, and I'm going to cut all these ones out. Okay. Bring this back. And can I say, you have to put the spine in first. If you don't put the spine in first, you will regret it. Put it out the side or anything like that. Need a grey one. Because it gets really hard at the end to crank it through. Yeah, something funny. Okay. Oh, I stuck my feet in it. Look. And then this just washes off. And it will just wash out of this. Because I'm not planning on doing it again. Whoops, and I just washed that off. Look, see? Wipes off beautiful. Now, the other good thing is I'll even wipe that, even wipes adhesive. So if you're one of those people that get adhesive everywhere, that looks so much better. Doesn't it? I chopped the top of my thank you off. So out of it, I've got a good hello, a good celebrate. Come on, come to Courtney. A good oh happy day, but I got my with sympathy, which is what I wanted. Okay. So put all the others to the side. Now, in that pack, I don't know if you noticed. Yeah, I've got a blue foot. Make sure I don't put it on that sort of stuff. Okay, in that pack, there was also some little stars, little flowers, and a whole heap of little things, rainbows, etc. As I was telling you. So these flowers are 2 different sizes. So what I'm going to do is this is Calypso Coral. I'm just going to get some Calypso Coral flowers. And it's a good little way to use up some scraps if you want. I'll move my footprint. Because we don't want that landing on our card. So they're just cute little flowers. Okay. Now, I was thinking, yes, the sentiment's great, but what about, it's going to get lost. It's only tiny. What else can we put on there? So, look at it. See? It's only little. So I thought, well, I normally like to do like a long banner, but I also thought this leaf from Notes of Nature would be perfect. No, it doesn't show much, but it does actually show on the words. See? Oh, it's having trouble focusing on it, but you can see it when it comes out. Hi, Virginia. Okay, so it doesn't show much when you're actually gliding it across it. Okay, but it shows enough on the thing. Okay, so what I've got here, I've got another piece of Misty Moonlight. So what I'm thinking, where are they? I'm going to pull out my good old favourites if they don't play elusive natures, which is my stylish shape, just because I like them. And I'm going to do a circle. So there's a whole heap of different shapes in here. You've got circles, you've got squares, and you've got flagged ends. Okay, so I just thought I'd do a circle in my Misty Moonlight. Probably doesn't even need to be that big. Let's do a small one. Yep. And I'll just do adding some layers, okay? So this piece is still quite big. It will fit through the cut and emboss machine at this size. All right, but while we're doing that, we might as well, we might as well do the other thing. I want some leaves. So I had the choice. I could have cut the little leaves out of that set, but I really like these ones. And they're already on the ink. They're already on the ink. So the colours that are in here, that one there's looking like a Lost Lagoon. This one here looks more like a garden green. Garden green and Lost Lagoon are both in it. Lost Lagoon's the green that you have when you don't have a green. So I'm thinking these leaves are going to work for me. So I'm going to do 2 of them. And I probably could have got away with the flower in this stamp set as well. This is the stamp set or the bundle that you'll be getting for those ladies that are coming to retreat. It's the Notes of Nature, all right? And that's the bundle that you'll get, and you'll get some stamp, and you'll get some celebration goodies as well that we're going to use. Okay. So Maisie wants to say hello, so she's going to hold on. She's going to crouch down and say hello. She's got to be careful so she doesn't end up with her head up here. On this side, up here. Yep, up there, Maeve. In our shop online, otherwise she'd end up with that in her nose. All right. So anyway, so I'm just going to cut these things out. I'm just moving my little flowers to the side. Just bring this back in. These would fit in the mini, however, they won't fit in the mini because of the size of the piece of paper that I've got stuck on. Oh, I didn't pull this out. Look at those guys in there, aren't they cool? All right. I know my craft ladies, my ladies that are coming to retreat, I've advised them not to get this set. Otherwise, they have to swap it out and then still bring it. But has anyone else got it? It's one of those sets that what's it called? One of those sets that's like it's very textural. I really like it. I like the dots and yeah, it's one of there used to be a set that his name's taking me at the moment. Yeah, I said to my upline, if they retire that set, I'm leaving. And it stayed in the catalogue that year, which was great. But when they did eventually retire it, Linda goes to me, "You're not leaving now, are you?" And I went, "Actually, no, I'm not. I don't think I could. Love it too much." And she just laughed. And oh, Very Versailles it was called. And I did. I loved it to death. And now when a new catalogue coming out in May, a big April, May. Oh, when does it go to that one? Yeah, I think it comes out at the beginning of May, the next catalogue. When it comes out, the first thing I go, we get it a little bit earlier, we get it much earlier. Plus, I'm going to the on stage, so we'll get it I'll get it at that. So I'll have it in my bottle in March. It'll go out to demonstrators in April, and then it'll go to customers at the end of April. So when I go to on stage, one of the first things I'm going to go looking for is just make sure that this stamp set is of nature still in there. But also, I'll be looking to see if it's not, what have they replaced with. This one's a new one that's come in the mini. Sometimes items from the mini will jump into the annual. I know there's a couple of Christmas ones that have gone into the online store as online and only left, but I'm just trying to figure out where I'm putting them. Yeah, they've gone into the online only part of the store, the online store. But there's some of them will be coming back in. So they're not available now, but you'll be able to get them again. And don't ask me what they are, I can't remember. All right, so we've got a little blue dot, and I used my inside before my sentiment, so I need to get a new one. Bye, Maeve. Bye. So I've got a new one. Since it didn't work the first time, that'll teach me. Always practice what you're going to show people. Don't just watch on YouTube and go, "Oh yeah, I can do that." Is anyone else guilty of that? Oh yeah, I can do that. She'll be sweet. Now, where's my sentiment gone? It's done a runner. Uh-oh. The sentiment, Maeve, is the bit that says sympathy in this case. Found it. Okay. So I've done two of these. Oh my gosh. Okay, where is the other one gone? No, it's not in the same spot as the other one. She's not being very helpful. Okay. One. I cut two. I know I cut two. I can only see one on the table. That's also dodgy sentiments. Drop it on the floor. Oh man, I wanted two. I wanted two. Looks like we're only doing one. Okay. Which one of these is? Did you know if you hold your Wink Stella up with the sun behind it, you can tell which one's actually got stuff in it? So you can see the top of it, but I'm looking through it here. So I can actually see that the dark line is to about here, whereas this poor baby is empty. So I can put some alcohol in that and get a little bit more out of it, but not right now. Still can't believe, where did that lie? Okay. So what I want to do with this, because this is a watercolor look, what I want to do is I want to make this a watercolor look. Now it's been dry for a little bit, so it might not be that crash hot, but I'm just going to drag some of the ink around. Oh yeah, it's working. With my Wink Stella. Those noisy kids are about to come out here. They're making a racket. I can hear them in the hallway. So the dogs, they've gone for them. See? Um, yeah, you go and tell them, Ollie, they need to be quiet. Okay. All right. And all I'm doing is, and like the longer you leave the ink, the drier it is and harder it is, and you can just dip the ink Stella in the ink pad. But all I'm doing is literally pushing a bit of colour around just so there's a little, it looks like it belongs. Still can't believe that I can't see that other one. I mean, I know it'll be here somewhere and I'll find it as soon as we're finished, but that's very frustrating. Very, very frustrating. Right, so that I'm just going to stick the with sympathy there with that. Actually, we could actually do it like this. And then my take your pick tool is hiding out on the table where I was crafting earlier. No, here it is. And then I'm thinking we can put some of these flowers. I'm going to move it up away from that birdie's head. If you want to, you could fussy cut. Is Amanda here? Amanda hates fussy cutting. She'll get on there later and she'll go, oh, fussy cut my foot. She hates fussy cutting with a passion. We can put some of these little flowers on there, but I'm also going to put them, I'm going to do them with Winker Stella as well. Now, I'm not sure if anyone has seen it yet, but in the catalogue, in the mini catalogue, there is this brand new Pretty Peacock and Gold ribbon. It's soft, you can sort of see through it a little bit. What's the bit of white sticking out to the left of your glass bowl? This piece? Left of my glass bowl. Oh, up here. Those or that. All right. I don't know who's commenting on that because it isn't telling me who it is. So, I'm not sure where you're watching. Fussy cutting. Oh, guess what? Amanda's watching. It's not telling me who you are. There's nobody hates fussy cutting more than Amanda. But you can. I have seen people fussy cutting out these birds near my cardboard. This piece? This piece here is for my inside. That's what that piece for. It's just sitting there doing nothing at the minute. All right. So it's just hanging out. These are where I stuffed up earlier. So I'll just push them right off my board. I don't want Oh Happy Day, but it's still hanging around. It's actually okay. So that piece is my inside piece. But yes, Amanda, even you could fussy cut these little guys. Okay, just saying, because there's not much in it. Actually, I might do that for a treat. No. Anyway, back to where we're at. Last week I rushed off to the club. I didn't win the jackpot. It didn't go off. So I'm going again. This is Pretty Peacock, but it works. So Pretty Peacock's quite a greenish colour, and it works with this card because it's similar to Lost Lagoon. They're all sort of along the rainbow together. So before I put anything on here, I don't want to hide any birdies' heads. I'm going to stick this piece on. Okay, I'm going to use my double-sided. I'm going to use my double-sided tape. And I was very conscious when I was cutting as well that I made sure I had full birds, just because it looks better. It doesn't matter if you end up with half a bird, but the top half's better to end up with. So I'm just sticking my ribbon down. I am going to tie a bow because I know all my ladies that come to my classes love tying bows. Karen's not watching, but because she's at work. But she hates bows with a passion, although I think she's actually getting better at them. And I love my Stampin' Up! Snips. They are so sharp, it's not funny. But once you've cut paper with a pair of snips, they do not like ribbon. So I do have a pair of serrated edge scissors for that. It's soft. You can crinkle it. You can crunch it. You can, as you might be able to see here, it's a little bit frayed, and that's gold in there, and it looks really pretty. So what I've done is that. Now, when I put it onto my card base, oh, did I grab the full glue? Got so many dodgy sets of glue. When I put it onto my card base, I put some on my ribbon as well. And I actually leave, most of the time, I leave that tape like that. No, there's nothing wrong with the knot. That's correct. There's not anything wrong with the knot. All right, make sure your birdies are up the correct way. Okay, so when you stick it down, just make sure they're up the right way. Give it a bit of a press. Now, this is going to sit to this side. All right, probably a little bit lower than that. So I'm thinking I might want my bow on the outside of it. Now, let's see if I get this right. Because if you do it one particular way, your little feet end up on one side, and if you do it the other way, they end up on the other side. So I'm going to shove this under here. They're not tricky. I'm making a loop. I'm pulling, I've got a bit of ribbon there, making a loop, pulling it over and shoving it in. What's tricky is trying to do it so people can see what I'm doing. That's the tricky bit. And sometimes an extra finger works nicely as well. So just pull it a little bit to make it. See? It worked. Sorry, it's a bit difficult to see. Okay. Ribbon, scissors. And then trim it up. And because I didn't cut it off my full roll, I didn't waste any. Okay? Because we don't want to be wasting ribbon. But it just, that colour just looks so good. Now, if you, oh, no, shouldn't have pulled on it there, because guess what I did? I made it fray, and I don't want it to. I just wanted to make it a bit tighter. I'm going to stick that on with dimensionals. Now, it needs to straddle the ribbon. So because it needs to straddle the ribbon, it's only going to need 2 dimensionals because the ribbon is going to support it. Okay. And tuck it underneath there. And push it down. Oops, I've got flowers going everywhere. With sympathy. And then I'm going to stick. I would have stuck 2 if I'd had 2. My leaves under there. Do I want to stick them under there? Or do I want to stick them on here? Where am I sticking them, ladies? On here like this? Or are we going underneath, which is what I'm actually thinking looks better. And then I can move. If your bow doesn't sit where you want it, what's your dots? Glue dots are your friend. But I want to put that there like that. Yep, I agree, underneath. Can't believe I can't find my second one. You know, as soon as I finish up, I'm going to find it. You watch. Just putting a little bit of glue under there. So not much. And because I know I've got my dimensional here, all right, I've got to shove it in at the side. Be aware that you don't want to come over the edge too much, because if you come over the edge too much, your card won't fit in your envelope. Now, this pair of words here will fit a whole dimensional in the middle here. Okay. Oops, I was holding on to that one. And I'm going to pop you, I'm just going to make sure it's straight. So I've got to hold my tongue right, like so. Okay. Might need to stick this. My glue holder's not here. Oh, here it is. That one felt heavier. Oh, I don't know. I want to, with these little guys, I'm going to put these on, and oh, you know what would look nice? Because there's fresh freesia in here. I've got on the table somewhere. I do. Here they are. I've got these guys. These are so pretty. Cheryl loved these. These are purple fine shimmer gems. And there's 3 different shades of purple in here. Yep, it's easy to see. And these little pale ones will work perfect. All right. So we'll be putting some of them on too. I'm going to put these a cluster of these little flowers. So first though, I'm going to wink a Stella them. Okay. If you cut it out in white paper, you can use the Winker Stella to put a little bit of ink colour on there so that they can be watercoloured similar to the, what's that called? The actual card, the designer series paper. Okay. So I'm thinking 1, 2, 3 flowers. So that's 2 little ones and a big one. What do you reckon? Do you like that? I like odd numbers, so no, I think that's all I'm going to do. I think that's where we're going. Okay, so we'll just move these off to the side. Don't know if you can see my message on there, but my friend Belinda has just messaged and said, oh, her friend is selling their chickens. Would you like them? I'm thinking, no, I have 30 of my own. Hey, guess what, ladies? Who's coming to class this month? You need to let me know, because guess what's in the incubator? Another bunch of babies. And guess when they're due? That's right, the weekend of class. Did I time it like that? Oh, I may have, because we had so much fun last time watching the babies hatch, didn't we? So there'll be more babies. Yeah, I know, cool. So there'll be more baby chickens. I went, you know, I don't want to breed roosters. Roosters are not ideal. I already have more than sufficient. However, because it's about a 50-50 that you get, that's going to go on the inside. That's a bit big. Let's just trim that down a little. I don't want to breed roosters, but if I could tell what they were at the time, you know, if I could tell which one was going to come out of which egg, that would be really handy, but it doesn't work like that. So I just put them in and hope for the best. Yes, I bought some of these eggs to do. They're not my ones. I'm a glutton for punishment, I think, is what Tony would say. So I'm thinking, oh, where is it? Yeah, let's do this one. I'm going to do this one. Oh, I haven't set it up. All right. I've got to set it up, but I'll do the setting up after. You guys know how to set up a stamp. You can watch one of my other videos if you don't. You can just use them without the thing on the back. But yeah, I went to the poultry auction up at Morisset with Tony the other day and came home with 3 roosters. So ladies, when you arrive on for that class, have a look. Do you want to use Mr. Moonlight or do I want to use green? I think I'm going to go with crumb cake. Have a look in Roy's cage. He's suitably unimpressed. Roy is my cockatoo, for those of you that don't come to classes. And what I did was I bought 3 roosters. I'm just giving this a clean. You can actually just send it straight through the, you can run it under the tap. Roy is a cockatoo that doesn't like to share. I've come to that conclusion. And I put them in with him, and because they're roosters, so they don't need to go into the big chicken house. So what I'm doing now is I'm not rolling my brayer. I'm putting some of that ink that I just picked up from the brayer onto my ink pad, onto my stamp. So it should actually be lighter, she says, as she gets this really funny, heavy look. That's what I wanted. So, brayer onto the glass, make it nice and smooth. I think my brayer's got, you need to push really hard. Actually, you know what would work really well on this glass mat, now that I think about it, is, has anyone done reflection technique recently? But you could do reflection technique really, really easily on here. Oh, don't drop anything on it. So let's see. I'll just give it a wipe because I've got bits of brown here. Just let it dry. You can almost see it drying off it. So the reflection technique works really well for animals, so you can give them a reflection, but you can also end up with leaves going in the other direction. See? Why did I put that one there? Because there was the end and I didn't want the end there. Okay, that's why. All right, so you can use this to stamp off and you'll get a lighter colour. Hey, what fun. So yeah, so there's lots of things that this glass mat can do for us. Best bit is it just cleans like so easily. Okay. So that's my inside. If you would like them to match the ones on the outside, you can give them a little bit of glimmer. But just be aware, I have put that crumb cake ink in there. So I'll just push it around a little bit just to make it so it looks. All right, and then that's going to go onto the inside, and I'll write my wishes on there for her. Okay. I'd like to say it's been a while since I've sent a sympathy card, so I'm very glad. I don't like to have to need too many of them. Look at my nice coloured fingers. All right, so these pale purple ones work quite nicely in here. And I'll have a big one. Come on. Big one's a bit more stubborn. Where do I want to put it? Nice. What do you reckon? Okay, we haven't done our envelope. It is cool, isn't it? I'm hoping that they become available to demonstrators again after the celebration promotion, because at the moment the only way you can get this is through, if you join, you can use the shop online here. If you've got your phone, you can just scan on that or take you to the shop online section where you can actually go and you can use that and just click the join now button from in there. Let's have some leaves. Oh, poop. Oh no, it didn't. Yay. Sorry, excuse me. Right. I thought I pushed it back through the ink. Still a bit green. That's how I'm getting coloured fingers, by the way, is because I've got, this is covered in ink and it's coming off on my fingers. I better, before I go out to the club tonight, I better, I almost need to wash my hair. Where did I put my Winker Stella? Here she is. And again, we're just going to give that a bit of a squeeze and give that a bit of a watercolory look, just because it's pretty. So if you're not a demonstrator already, you can click up here, okay? And you can, or you can not click it, you can scan it with your phone. It will take you to my Stampin' Up store. It'll actually take you to the hybrid embossing folder. Give it a whirl. It's pretty cool. I'd love to know what you all think of. I only found, I was talking to a friend, another demonstrator, and I saw her video and she was telling me about it. And I thought, I think I like to do that. But yeah, it's pretty cool. So if you're not a demonstrator, you can go to shop online here. If you're in Australia, that is. When you shop online there, you're shopping with me, there is a join button up the top and you can press join now. And the best bit is now, as I found out with my friend Lisa when she rejoined, is that you can actually, I was going to stamp on that, but I won't. You can actually put good things into your cart and you can see the pictures as you go. So how cool is that? Now, it's really hard to see because of the angle. It does say with sympathy. It is there, but the light's really bright at the moment, so it's really hard for you to see. You're most welcome to join my team. We're the Unique Crafters. Say that fast. Unique Crafters, and I'm located in New South Wales on the beautiful Central Coast. I've got a beautiful little team, and I'm more than happy for more people to join us. means that you get your goodies. There's a couple of ways that you can purchase Stampin' Up! Goodies. One of them is you can pay full price. The other way is getting them at a discount, and I'm all for getting a discount. And at the minute, you can have this pretty smear glass mat as part of the joining bundle. Okay, so it's got, I might just show you a few little things. It's got little feet underneath it. If you want to turn it into a magnet board, some of the other ladies, other demonstrators overseas have stuck magnets underneath it, and then things will stick to it. But it's got, oh, it's a bit hard to see. It's got centimetres down the side, and then if I pull it down here, it's got the Stampin' Up! Logo at the top. It might be a bit fuzzy for you to see. All right, Stampin' Up! Logo up the top, but it's got the inches up the top as well, and down this side. It's approximately 13 inches square, the board, or the actual part here, but then it's a bit longer, so it's got this extra long bit here. If there's some magnets you can get that stick underneath it, but there is a little bit of room underneath that you can fit. I can fit a pair of the snips probably. I can slide the snips under there a little bit, but if you get one of those thin magnets, you can turn this into a magnetic board. So there's a couple of things that you can do with it. You've seen a few other things. Janet Wakeland has got an amazing YouTube video on all different things that you can do specifically with this board. And can I say, go and have a sticky at it. She's done a really good job of showing some great techniques that are used specifically with the glass mat. Glass mat is available for people joining up through to the end of February. After that, fingers crossed, we may have it in the supply items list for $106, but it won't be until a couple of months. So you're probably looking at May-ish. So, but don't hold your breath. Okay, it is a really good deal. The other option through Celebration that you can get is an extra $51 worth of product as part of your kit, which is a good option if that's what you need, but you can always get that $51 worth of product at a discount. You won't get your $106 mat at a discount later. So, you know, you've got to weigh it up as to what is going to work for you. I'm more than happy to have you on my team. So you click that button, off you go, and we'll get started. If you've got any questions, please don't hesitate to message me. Look forward to seeing those ladies that are coming to class at the end of the month. Stamps Club is on at the end of this month. We're using online exclusives for that. We're going to make 6 great little cards, and you'll go home with a stash of stuff to take home as well. Retreats next month. We need to start getting our deposits in for the retreat. And retreat is held here at my place in Mount Elliott. I can hold up to 16 quite nicely, but we normally get around 12. It's quite a nice little group, and it goes over 2 days. So that's in February. Yeah, lots of great, exciting things to do. If you're not signed up to my newsletter, please do so. But most of them, I do land them on Facebook if you're watching this on repeat through Facebook. So hooroo for now. Wish me luck. Yeah, if I win that jackpot, I can afford one of everything in the catalogue and then some. But no, that's not what I'll be doing. I'll be doing something else special. There will be clues, because as my friend Belinda's just messaged me, I don't need chickens, but I'll be getting some more. Actually, I'll probably get a new hen house. All right. Toodaloo, everyone. I will catch up with you all later. See ya.